Okay, this week in AI was just wild. I mean, we had India launching its first ever homegrown microprocessor, we had Nvidia dropping a free AI that you can run on your gaming PC, and it actually beats the paid ones. But you know what? That's not even the biggest story. So let's just dive right in, because you are seriously not going to believe what just happened.
Yeah, you heard that right. I mean, think about it. The single most protected, most iconic character, maybe the most iconic piece of intellectual property on the entire planet, is now officially in the hands of an AI. I'm not even kidding. So here's the deal. Disney has just signed what's reported to be a $1 billion 3-year partnership with OpenAI. And what they're doing is licensing over 200 of their most famous characters. We're talking Mickey Mouse, Darth Vader, Iron Man, the whole crew, for use in the Sora video generator. So starting in early 2026, you will be able to create short videos with these characters. And get this, Disney Plus is even going to feature some of the best fan-made stuff. This is, well, it's a genius, and maybe a little terrifying, reshaping of entertainment as we know it. But you know that massive Disney deal? It's really just one piece of a much, much bigger story. What we're seeing is an all-out war between the major AI labs. And this isn't about who can write the best email anymore, not by a long shot. No, this is a flat-out race for speed, for lower cost, and for capabilities that we couldn't even dream of a year ago. So let's take a quick look at the battlefield, right? You've got Google coming in hot with Gemini Flash, and that's all about speed and cost. Then there's Alibaba's WAN, which is this really cool open-source model that can kind of direct video and audio together. OpenAI has GPT Image, focusing on this almost surgical precision in editing. And then there's the wild card, Nvidia's Neutron, which is totally free and runs on your own gaming PC. Every single one of these has its own unique angle, its own advantage. So right after OpenAI made their big announcement, Google basically said, "Hold my beer," and dropped Gemini 3 Flash. We're talking 3 times faster than their last model and way cheaper than the top competition. But honestly, the specs are only half the story. It's what it can do that's crazy. It can do real-time speech-to-speech translation in over 70 languages, but it keeps your pitch, your pacing, so you don't sound like a robot. You can even build a whole app just by talking to it. Nuts! At the same time, over in the open source world, it's like a new creative dream team just got assembled. Think of it like this. Alibaba's WAN 2.6, that's your director. It understands the story, the emotion, and it can sync audio and video perfectly. Then you've got Google's Veo 3.1 as your cinematographer, creating footage that looks unbelievably real. And for the grand finale, Kling 2.6 is your VFX artist, making these stunning high-energy visuals. You can literally put together a full production crew now, and it's all AI. And then there's Nvidia, just completely changing the game. They dropped their Neutron 3 Nano model. And this thing, it just perfectly captures how disruptive this whole space is. You want to know the cost to run it? Zero. Zilch, nada. It's free. It outperforms a lot of the paid models, and it runs right on your home gaming PC. No cloud fees, no API calls, none of that. And Nvidia didn't just release the model, they released the entire recipe for how to build it, basically inviting developers everywhere to come and build on top of it. A true game changer.
Okay, so these models are getting faster, they're getting cheaper, but what does that actually mean for you and me? Well, it means the distance between just having an idea in your head and holding a finished product in your hand is basically collapsing. Let's take a look at what that actually looks like in the real world. Okay, so check out this thing called Manus 1.6. The process is so simple, it's almost ridiculous. Step 1, you just describe the app you want in plain English. Step 2, Manus handles, well, everything. All the coding, the design, the back-end stuff, the whole shebang. And step 3, you get a working app in minutes. It's really that direct.
And this isn't some, in the future concept. This is happening right now. Someone literally typed, "Build me a Flappy Bird style game with scoring and restart," and boom, they got a fully playable game. Graphics, scoring, ready for Android. Another person asked for an appointment booking app and got a complete system with a calendar and everything. The barrier to actually making something is it's vanishing before our eyes.
And it's not just about building apps. Meta just dropped this tool called Sam Audio that's kind of mind-blowing. You can just type the word guitar and it'll pull only the guitar track out of a full song. Or you can click on someone's face in a video of a noisy room and it isolates just their voice. Now for creators, that's a total game changer, right? But think bigger. Meta is already working with a hearing aid company on this. Imagine having a hearing aid that lets you focus on one single voice in a loud, crowded restaurant. That's life-changing. So you can see how this stuff is moving way beyond just creative tools and fun projects, and it's heading straight into our professional lives. These aren't just toys anymore. They're becoming for real, indispensable coworkers that are getting baked right into how we actually get our work done.
So say hello to Claude. It's basically your new browser-based assistant. It's a Chrome extension from Anthropic that just lives in a little side panel. But just imagine this for a second. You're writing a report, you've got like 10 different tabs open with data. Claude can just pull all of that together for you. Or even crazier, it can read all the feedback comments in a Google Doc and just make the edits itself. And for the developers out there, it can watch your terminal and help you debug your code as you go. This isn't just a tool, it's a full-on work part.
But let's pull the camera back a bit. Because this whole race, it isn't just about which company makes the most money or how productive you can be at your desk. No, this has huge, massive geopolitical implications. It's actually reshaping the very idea of what it means for a country to be technologically independent. And this right here is a perfect example. This is the Dhruv 64. It is India's first ever homegrown 64-bit microprocessor that's specifically built for mass commercial use. Now, India's made chips before, but usually for things like defense or space programs. This is different. This is designed for the stuff that powers a modern economy. We're talking 5G networks, electric vehicles, hospital equipment.
And here's why that is such a big deal. Just look at these numbers. India consumes 20% of all the world's microprocessors. Think about that. 1 out of every 5 computer chips made on the entire planet ends up in India. And yet, up until now, the country has been almost completely dependent on other countries to get them. With the Dhruv 64, that all changes. For decades, India has had to rely on the rest of the world for the tiny little brains that power its growth. This chip marks the beginning of the end of that dependency. It's basically a declaration of technological sovereignty. Okay, so we've seen brand new models, we've seen incredible new tools, and we've even seen entire nations shifting their tech strategy. But what does it all add up to? How fast is this all really moving? Well, let's put this whole crazy week into perspective with one single, stunning piece of data that shows the true speed of this revolution. This right here tells an absolutely incredible story. So there's this test. It's a benchmark called SWE Bench, and it basically tests how well an AI can solve real-world software engineering problems, the kind you'd find on GitHub. Just 1 year ago, the best AIs out there could solve about 4% of them. 4%. Okay, not bad. But this year, that number has skyrocketed to 72%. That is an 18 times improvement in a single year. Just let that sink in for a second. That's not 18%, that's 18 times better. There is no other technology in human history that has ever evolved at this kind of speed. Nothing. And that really just captures the moment we're all in right now, doesn't it? This isn't some science fiction, far-off future stuff. The report where this data came from, I think they put it perfectly. They said, we are literally watching decades of innovation happen in weeks. So, after a week like this, a week with billion-dollar deals for Mickey Mouse and an 18-fold leap in raw capability, the question really isn't if AI is going to change things anymore. That debate is over. The only question that's left is, are you ready?